Hey, good afternoon, dear all. Hope you all are doing well and please stay at home. Please stay at safer side. Hi, this is Hiteshri. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you all to class 11th. I would like to start my very first lecture with a very positive thought for all you people. Have a look, guys. Sometimes you just know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of new beginnings. So you close your eyes to old ends and open your heart to new beginnings. With this positive thoughts, I would like to introduce you to your very first lecture of subject economics. First of all, dear all, I would like to draw your attention towards your book and your syllabus. Have a look, guys. First of all, this is the title page of your book, Introductory Microeconomics. This is the very first book, which is from T.R. Jain and Dr. V.K. Ori. Let's see the index page. Okay, so here comes our content page. In this very first book, we have 13 chapters. Okay. Your very first chapter is economics and economy. After that, we have central problems of an economy. Then consumers equilibrium utility analysis, consumer equilibrium indifference curve analysis, theory of demand, price elasticity of demand, production function and return to a factor, concept of cost, concept of revenue, reducers equilibrium, theory of supply, forms of market, and lastly, market equilibrium under perfect competition. Okay, now dear students, I would like to draw your attention towards the syllabus of your this year. Have a look at the syllabus. So, your economics subject is paper 1 and paper is of course of 3 hours and it has theory marks 80 and project work 20. Okay, let's see the whole syllabus. Your whole economics is divided into two parts. Part A comprises introductory microeconomics. Part B comprises statistics for economics. In introductory microeconomics, we have firstly, of course, the introduction part, then consumer equilibrium and demand. After that, we have next unit, producers, behavior and supply. Up next is forms of market and determination under perfect competition. Your very first part contains 40 marks. Let's go to part B, statistics for economics. Introduction portion is the very first unit. Then collection, organization and presentation of data is your second unit. And third unit, statistical tools and interpretation. This also consists of 40 marks. So here is the total of 80. Part C is a mandatory project work in which we will provide you different topics on which you have to prepare a project, which comprises of 20 marks. And in these 20 marks, 12 marks are for your project work and 8 marks are for your Viva portion. Now, I would like to start the very first chapter, or I would like to draw your attention toward the very first concept of your book. Have a look, guys. Economics and economy is the very first chapter. Your chapter 1, economics and economy. Now, before going through anything else, we must know the subject economics, right? What the subject is actually and what it talks about, what it deals with. So, my very first question is, what is economics? Let's find out its answer. Economics is a subject matter that deals with problems of economy, or we can say that deals with economic problems. So now the question arises, what is economic problem, or what are economic problems? Economic problem is a problem of choice. What they said? Problem of choice. Now again a question arises, what is a problem of choice? Have you ever wondered, or have you ever faced a problem of what to buy or what not? Yes, exactly. We all one or the other day faces the problem. What to buy or what to skip, right? So, now the question arises, why we have to face this problem? What's the reason behind it? Why we have to choose from? So, here is the question. Why problem of choice arises? Possibly guys, all of you all are wondering why these problems are arising. What are the reasons? Why we have to choose from? Correct? Let's find out its answer using a very simple approach, that is example approach. Guys, I have drawn one example, or you can say one picture, to make the things understandable in a very graphical way. Okay, have a look. Suppose, let's take one example. Suppose you have 1000 to spend on. Yes, Mama allows you 1000 rupees to spend on. Yes, yay, having fun, right? Okay, now the question arises, how you like to spend on? आप कैसे spend करना चाहेंगे? Suppose, let's take an example. Suppose, firstly, I would like to buy a jeans of 600 rupees. Alright, 600 rupee jeans. Okay, now I have 400 in hand. Okay, next I am eagerly waiting to watch a movie and it costs me 200. But as in when we went for movie, definitely we will buy cold drinks, as if for me and for my friend, right? So this cold drink costs me up to 160. Alright. Now definitely I will buy a popcorn which costs me 110. Now suddenly I remind that today it's my friend's birthday, and definitely birthdays are meant to be celebrated, and if I don't do so, my friend must be angry. So I have to buy a cake. I don't have any option, as if it costs me 250. Now a gift for a friend is a must, which is of 400. Suddenly I reminds, my mama told me to buy a bag for her, which is of 600. Now guys, question arises, I have only 1000 rupees to spend on, and I have a huge list of items to buy or to spend. Oops, 1000 bucks only. Now what I have to do? I have to choose. You need to choose from. But why we need to choose? Because resources are limited. What are the resources here? These 1000 rupees are the resources. So in all, I have limited resources, that is 1000. And these resources have alternative use. Have you seen alternative use? I can spend my money like on all these 7 items. I have to choose from. Either I can go for these 2 options, or I can go for these 2 options and skip other ones, right? So as and when this problem of choice arises, why this problem arises? Because you have limited resources, and these resources have alternative use. So this is how economics actually deals. So dear friends, using this particular example, what we have gone through, what is economics, what economic actually does. What is problem of choice? Problem of choice, how to deal, what to choose from, why problem of choice arises, why these problems arises, and finally this whole example introduces you to the concept, very basic concept of economics, which says that we have scarcity. What do we have? We have scarcity, and that's why we have to choose, and that is the problem with which the subject economics deals. Okay, so now our next question is, what is scarcity? Scarcity, the Hindi meaning of which is kami, shortage, right? Okay, scarcity is a situation when demand for a good exceeds its supply even at a zero price. Now what is this? Possibly you didn't get it in one go, right? Okay, if I am providing, I'm taking one example, okay? If I am providing food to some at zero price, right? At zero price. Does it mean that we don't have scarcity right now? No, dear friends. Scarcity always exists, whether we are giving something at free of cost. So scarcity is what? Scarcity is a condition, is a situation. What type of condition? When demand for a good exceeds its supply. See, the demanders are in huge number, but the suppliers are not able to cope up with that even at a zero price. That is what you call scarcity. Now, what are the characteristics of resources? Our next question. We have discussed, no? Just before this, we have discussed what? Resources. Resources are what? Resources means all those things which helps to satisfy human wants, right? All those items, all those things which satisfy human want is being called as resources. Now, here we have two distinct features of resources. First one, resources are scarce in relation to goods we wish to produce for satisfaction of human want. Very first characteristic says that resources are scarce, they are in shortage, and resources have alternative uses. Let me take one more example. Suppose we want milk, okay? Now, I can use milk as in buttermilk, as in ghee, as in cheese, as in paneer, etc. Right? This is what you call resources of alternative uses. But we can't say that we don't have scarcity of milk. Guys, in this whole world, we have scarcity, whether rich or poor. Scarcity always exists. And if scarcity exists, problems related to economy must be there. And if these problems are there, subject economics is there. So let's sum up our things. In all, we can say that economics is a subject which deals with problem of economic choices, or we can say that problem of choice, problem of alternative resources, problem of scarce resources. That's all for the very first lecture. I am sending you this video with some written stuff. I would appreciate if you go through the video again and again to get the concept in a better way. Bye. Take care.